Hello everyone, welcome to Nosc Los Angeles. I am Petty Officer Granger, and I am here to talk to you today about the Nosc LA Sapr team and the Sapr services provided. Before I get started, I wanted to introduce our Sapr VAs, EM2 Gilliard and PS3 Abbott. Our learning objective today is identify available Sapr services and who is eligible. Understanding Command Sapr team roles and responsibilities, and available reporting options. Understanding Chaplain's role in reporting. Understand policy pertaining to confiding in other persons. Identify active intervention strategies. Understand the role of unaccompanied housing residents in prevention and response. Identify and understand unique Sapr-related issues, including off-limit locations, if applicable. Identify safe helpline contact information and local installation and civilian resources. I'd like to talk about some of the Sapr services that are available to you, the member. Also a reminder, all Sapr services are voluntary. A victim may decline these services at any time. The following Sapr services are available: 24/7 response to victims of sexual assault, information and referrals to support services, explanation of reporting options, helping victims work through their barriers, accompanying victims during medical, investigative, and legal procedures, providing victims' rights information, assisting victims for as long as the victim chooses to receive services. Please do remember these are all voluntary, and again, the victim may decline these services at any given time. You may be asking yourself, who is eligible for these Sapr services? The following are eligible for Sapr services: active duty service members and their adult military dependents who are victims of sexual assault perpetrated by someone other than a spouse or intimate partner are eligible to receive full Sapr services. National Guard and Reserve component members who are sexually assaulted when performing active service and inactive duty training are eligible for full Sapr services. If reporting a sexual assault that occurred prior to or while not performing active service or inactive training, National Guard and Reserve component members will be eligible to receive limited Sapr service support services. DoD civilians and contractors who are victims of sexual assault are only eligible for limited emergency care at a medical treatment facility, also known as an MTF, and offered limited Sapr services. U.S. citizen DoD contractor personnel are eligible for limited Sapr services when they are authorized to accompany the U.S. Armed Forces in contingency operations OCONUS and their U.S. citizen employees. DoD civilian employees and their family members, 18 years of age and older, are eligible for limited Sapr services at OCONUS locations only. Sexual assault cases involving intimate partner perpetrators or child sex abuse fall under the Navy Family Advocacy Program, also known as FAP. There are several different roles and responsibilities within the Sapr program. We're going to go over some of them right now. Within the Sapr program, the key installation position is the Sexual Assault Response Coordinator, also known as the SARC. Along with the SARC, installation and command personnel, Sapr VAs and others have specific obligations in the sexual assault response. Ultimately, individuals responsible for the Sapr program function as a team. The commanding officer, the CO, Captain Pastorin, owns the Sapr program at the command level and ensures a command climate that discourages sexual assault. The SARCs, Ms. Laura Hansen and Mr. Charles Schwabe, are the subject matter experts and supervise Sapr VAs and Unit Sapr Victim Advocates, UVAs. The Sapr VAs here at Nosc LA are EM2 Gilliard and PS3 Abbott. They provide support for victims. The unit Sapr point of contact who promotes responsive command management of alleged sexual assaults and compliance with Sapr program requirements. The unit Sapr POC is not involved with victim response. Now we will speak about DRCs, Deployment Resiliency Counselors. They are aboard carriers and large deck amphibious assault ships. DRCs provide a number of services to sailors within their command, including sexual response support. DRCs are trained and certified as Sapr VAs and can perform victim advocacy duties. DRCs are not SARCs and do not perform the same duties of a SARC. Victim reporting options. Here is a side-by-side comparison of the unrestricted and restricted reports regarding who can receive each type of a report, the response process, and support services. We will review briefly as this information is also covered in the Annual Standard Corps Training, SCT/General Military Training. There are two types of reporting options, unrestricted and restricted. Here is a side-by-side comparison of the unrestricted and restricted reports regarding who can receive each type of report, the response process, and support services for each one. Unrestricted reporting. The victim who wishes to file unrestricted reporting may report to any military personnel. Command will be notified and NCIS will investigate. Victim will have access to the following services: the SARC, the UVA, and Sapr Victim Advocacy Support, medical, counseling, chaplain, VLC, and legal assistance. Restricted reporting may later change from restricted to unrestricted. Victims may disclose to SARC, UVA, or Sapr VA support, DRC, VLC, or healthcare provider. Command will be notified, but no PII will be provided. No NCIS investigation will occur, and victim will receive SARC, UVA, or Sapr VA support, medical counseling, advocacy, DRC, chaplain, VLC, and legal assistance. Restricted reporting can be changed to unrestricted reporting if the victim chooses to, but once changed to unrestricted, you will be unable to change back to restricted. Let's talk about the chaplain's role in all this. Chaplains have absolute privilege. Communications between victim and chaplain are confidential and can be made to chaplains through a religious personnel men, RP, or through other administrative support personnel assigned to the chaplain. Unless the victim releases the chaplain from confidentiality, chaplains maintain the confidentiality. As a result, communications with the chaplain will not initiate a report of sexual assault. However, if a victim wishes to make a sexual assault report or wishes to speak to a SARC or a Sapr VA, the chaplain can connect them. Confiding in others. Victims are able to communicate confidentially with the SARC, the Sapr VA, the unit Sapr VA, mental health, healthcare provider, victims legal counsel, VLC, and the chaplain. In establishing the restricted reporting option, DoD recognizes that a victim may tell someone, for example, a roommate, friend, family member, that a sexual assault has occurred before considering whether to file a restricted or unrestricted report. A victim's communication with another person like a roommate, friend, family member, etc., does not in and of itself prevent the victim from later electing to make a restricted report. Restricted reporting is confidential, not anonymous reporting. However, if the person to whom the victim confided the information, example given, roommate, friend, family member, is in the victim's chain of command or DoD law enforcement, there can be no restricted report. Communications between the victim and a person other than a SARC, Sapr VA, or healthcare personnel are not confidential, do not receive the protections of restricted reporting, and may result in an independent investigation. Communications between the victim and VLC or chaplain is governed by a more stringent privilege and does not negate the victim's eligibility to select restricted reporting. Active intervention strategies. Step up, step in. Though a lot of trainings have been geared towards and recommended removing potential victims from dangerous situations, interventionists can also focus their attention and intervention techniques towards potential offenders. As we know, the only person that can 100% stop an assault from occurring is the perpetrator. Let's discuss the 4 strategies on how we can step up and step in. Direct intervention. Directly speak with the person about possibly violating the law and codes of conduct, or ask if everything is okay. Indirect intervention. Defuse the situation. Ask a friend or a colleague to intervene. Distraction. Create a distraction or diversion to remove someone from a risky situation. Protocol. Bring in an authority figure or leader to help diffuse a situation and possibly separate the individuals, if applicable. If you see something, say something. Contact security if you cannot intervene or do not feel safe in intervening. Report all improper conduct to security immediately. Unaccompanied housing, residents' role in prevention and response. All sailors, including UH residents, have the power to prevent and respond to sexual assault, including, but not limited to, utilizing active intervention strategies, reporting any safety and security issues to security immediately. Example, a potential situation where you do not feel safe in intervening, and inform the UH staff. Calling the DoD Safe Helpline 877-995-5247 or local 24/7 response number to contact a Sapr victim advocate. Resident advisors are part of the UH staff and they help support housing policies, enhance resident living standards, ensure resident safety, and increase leadership presence in UH facilities during off-duty hours. Our Sapr resources are DoD Safe Helpline. You may call 1-877-995-5247 or go to the Safe Helpline website at www.safehelpline.org or text to 55-TAC-247 for inside the U.S. or 001-TAC-202-TAC-470-TAC-5546 for outside the U.S. The 24/7 Sapr response number is 310-TAC-850-TAC-5218. Sexual assault response coordinators, you can be reached here at Nosc LA at area code 805-TAC-207-TAC-5309. Civilian Sapr victim advocate can be reached at area code 805-TAC-746-TAC-1538. Victims Legal Counsel, VLC, can be reached at 805-TAC-982-TAC-3099. Here are some final thoughts. Sexual assault is a serious issue that affects service members, their families, and civilians who serve the Navy. It is important that everyone understands sexual assault is a crime. Command engagement is key in prevention, support, and offender accountability. We all play a role in prevention, including a responsibility to intervene if something is not right in a situation, and to support those who are victimized. If you or someone you know is victimized, the Sapr program can provide support, including SARCs, Sapr VAs, UVAs, and other stakeholders, including healthcare personnel, chaplains, legal representatives, and law enforcement, depending on the reporting option you choose. As stated in the beginning, here is our Nosc LA Sapr VAs again, EM2 Gilliard and PS3 Abbott. They are here for you anytime, so please feel free to see them, and if you have any questions about the Sapr program, they'd be happy to assist. Thank you for paying attention to this Sapr presentation. If you have any questions, please contact LSC Kramer, or if you have any questions in regard to the Sapr program or are interested in becoming a victim's advocate, please contact one of the Sapr VAs or the Sapr point of contact. Once again, this is Petty Officer Granger, and Chief Kramer is your Sapr point of contact. Thank you and welcome aboard.